It's been a long time since I have bass fished the Ohio River.
Well, we're going to bass fish the Ohio River today.
This week on Kentucky Afield.
There we go.
Here we go.
Nice fish.
There you go.
When most people think bass fishing, the Ohio River doesn't come to mind. But that's exactly what we're doing and where we're doing it at. Next. Using a rod and reel isn't the only way to get a fish on the end of a line this summer.
Oh, we got one, free one. Just jumped right in the boat.
Then, we're catching bass in the jumps on Rough River Lake.
Oh, I got him. Sweet.
It's all next on Kentucky Afield.
Such a pretty fish.
Beautiful.
This pond is plumb floated with frogs.
They're everywhere in here. Yeah, this is a good fish right here. Really good fish.
Come here, girl.
Yeah, boy. That's a big rabbit.
Nice job. Yes! Yes! My first muskie. Mercy Leo!
Yeah, look at it. It's a keeper.
Here it goes. Boom! Wow, that happened fast. Hello, and welcome to Kentucky Afield. I'm your host, Chad Miles. Join us as we journey the Commonwealth in search of outdoor adventure. Kentucky has over 600 miles of shoreline access to the Ohio River, and many bass fishermen do not consider it when choosing their destination. That may be a mistake. I will say, it's been a long time since I've bass fished the Ohio River.
Well, we're going to bass fish the Ohio River today. The river is a challenging fishery. Right now we're out in the main river, the main channel of the Ohio River, and you know, there's probably some fish out here, but as a rule, we're going to want to go look for some creeks and some backwaters, and there's less current, going to have them to have a little more successful spawn.
We're back here off the main lake here in this creek, and you fished up here a little bit. You said the fishing's been a little bit tough. You come out here on the river, a good day might be catching 10 or 15 fish, and having 10, 12 pounds is pretty good.
In the spring, 10, 12 pounds would be really good, but you know, we have a lot of tournaments sometimes. It takes 7, 8 pounds to win, and you know, you talk about, you think, well, that's not real good, but.
And it's an ever-changing environment. What do you do to try to plan your fishing trip before you leave the house?
Probably the most important thing is to watch the water levels. Typically, the falling water is gonna make the hardest river fishing, okay? Because these fish wanna be on the bank, they wanna be shallow. They're gonna set up and post up around cover in places that's gonna break the current for them to make a natural ambush spot. There we go.
There we go.
Nice fish.
There you go.
Right on the bank. That one there, I threw that little plastic up there.
You got a little small beaver style bait.
Yeah, a little beaver style bait. And so we got about a 2-pound fish. And if we were on Kentucky Barkley Lake, you know, you wouldn't really raise an eyebrow, but on the Ohio River, you know, probably a 2.25 pound fish.
When you set the hook, it looked like you was within 4 inches of
that fish probably wasn't in 6 inches of water.
Yeah.
You know, we're in this, you know, we got 8, 9 feet of water in this backwater, but they don't live out there. They live right on the bank. We'll get this dude back in the water. That's real important on the river is, you know, you want to preserve what we got, and there's plenty of tasty crappies to eat, but we want to get these, bass back in the water here and let him swim away. One thing that's important on the river, I think more than anywhere, is every day you go out, experiment with your baits until you see what they like, you know, and every day is a little different, you know, just experiment. Oh, another fish, guys.
Got another one.
Oh, wow, look at this one. He's right on the bank again.
That's about the same size fish.
Yeah, it's another good river fish.
Yeah. They like that black and blue today.
Black and blue is always true on the river. So that fish there, actually, this one's got a little more belly. I think that one there might actually maybe be doing a little spawning, but yeah, nice little river fish.
There you go. Nice job.
Cool, thank you. I'll get this little guy back.
So Sean, people who do some tournament fishing, obviously you're a person that they've seen around quite often. You've been in the boat industry now for many years.
It's probably been 20 years. You know, I started out as a young man cleaning boats, did some rigging, you know, depth finders, trolling motors, and then I got into sales. You know, I worked for dealerships for about 10 years and then started my own. I started as kind of just a labor of love in the basement. We started Wheatas Marine selling used boats. One thing led to another, and now we've got a crew of 14 people, and we sell about 300 new and used boats out of our Alexandria, Kentucky store. been something I've really enjoyed, and you know, helping people get connected and they can get out and enjoy the water.
Boating industry hadn't changed at all in 20 years, has it?
Oh, big one, guys.
That's
big
a
one.
good fish.
Big fish, guys. Oh yeah. Now this is like getting an 8-pounder on Kentucky Lake.
There you go.
Let's see here. Oh, she just barely hooked too. Let's see here. Come to daddy. Well, I think we just caught a unicorn, Chad.
I'm here to tell you what, when you said you wanted to come out here and fish the Ohio River, this is not the class fish I was expecting. I mean, this fish is definitely post-spawn.
She had a real good spawn. It's so important to keep the good genetics in the river.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
This is the future for the generations that want to come here and fish, is catch these beautiful bass. And what a fight. They're used to fighting that current. I mean, there's no fight out there like a 4-pound river bass. Would definitely get her back in the water.
There she goes. Nice fish, man. Here we go.
You got one. Oh, wow, look at here. Oh, yeah. There we go. There's
Hey, this is a different species of bass.
yeah.
This is a spotted bass.
Look at that deal.
You can tell that fish has got a slightly different color. As soon as it came to the top of the water, you could tell that this was not a regular largemouth. And then you see these lines on the belly, how defined they are. A largemouth normally won't be like that. And then if you close that jawbone right there, you see how that jawbone does not go past the eye? A largemouth, that bone will be back in this area beyond the eye. So that is a little Kentucky spotted bass.
A little Kentucky. That's a keeper. 12
Yeah,
inches.
12 inches, so. Now in a tournament, they have to be 12 inches to weigh them.
Good job, man.
So Sean, I'm assuming you've been fishing all your entire life?
I've been fishing since I was about 10 years old. One of my best friends asked me to go frog gigging one day. Frog gigging wasn't so good, and saw some bass swimming around, so he handed me a spin cast rod and kind of showed me how to cast it, and I caught about a 2-pound bass, and that was just the neatest thing that I ever saw in my life, was that bass biting an artificial lure and jumping out of the water. And from that moment on, I was hooked.
It's a good thing that day you went frog gigging, that the frog gigging wasn't really good. You'd be selling spotlights and fish spears now.
If the frog gigging would have been good, I might not be selling bass boats, like you said.
Hey, frog gigging season's in. Oh, look at that, guys.
Oh no. Well, there we go.
Did you see that? If I'd have set the hook, we'd have had a
That's
bullfrog.
a quick release.
Hey, it's interesting because frog gigging season is in, and I didn't intentionally want to catch that frog. I just wanted to see his reaction. But it is a legal catch.
Would have been a
and-
legal catch.
And I have done that a lot of times, catching frogs on a fishing rod and reel. You
Yeah.
need to have a fishing license. But that was pretty interesting. Just flipped it up there to see what his reaction was, and it was aggressive.
Well, there we go. That's almost how I got my start.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Sean, I believe we've pretty much fished this creek out. You got another spot you want to hit? I know there's a bunch of creeks on the Ohio River.
Sun's getting up kind of high. I think we need to get back in somewhere, a little bit of shade. I got another spot. We'll go check it out and see how it works out.
That sounds good. Let's strap the poles down and make a run.
Let's do it. Oh,
there's
here
a
we go.
That looked like a spot when I first saw it.
A little largemouth.
No, it is a little large now.
It's just another little river keeper, you know. Nothing special, but they're pretty plentiful and easy to catch.
You wonder if you can get too shallow, and the answer is no.
Well, no,
I mean,
that
fish,
bass is not up in 6 inches of water right there.
It's amazing you couldn't see the fish prior to striking.
We'll go ahead and get him back.
You were saying you really like to fish more vertical stuff when the water's falling.
When the water's falling, you want to fish a little more vertical.
Vertical meaning cliffs or walls or where you have at least 2 or 3 feet drop.
Correct.
Is that a crappie?
Wow, crappie.
I kind of flipped it in there and he hit it as soon as it hit the water.
Oh, here we go.
There you go.
First crankbait bite we've had today.
Probably it's one of those fish we saw up there chasing.
It's just a little one. Might be 12 inches long. It might be a keeper. I think it is a keeper. He ate that little square bill.
There you go.
Oh, here's a good one, guys. He's got me tangled up. Chad, you want to help me out here?
Yes, sir. Let me reach down there and grab that fish. You keep him pegged.
Oh, there we
There
go.
we go. There you go.
Thank you, sir.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. Nice fish. Sean, I'll tell you what, there's so much opportunity.
Well, there is. We've got hundreds of miles of water, and the river's a fun place to fish.
Don't overlook it.
Absolutely. Man, I really appreciate you having me on the show.
Thank you.
And look forward to fishing with you again.
Absolutely, thank you. Are you wanting to get outdoors and try something new this summer? Maybe you should try bow fishing. All right, you want to step on in? So you two do not need an introduction to one another. You've seen each other at many archery tournaments throughout the state for many years now, huh?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, today we're gonna try to shoot some fish. Now, T, I know you shot fish a lot. This is your rig, so you spend a lot of time shooting fish.
Yep.
And you obviously shoot a bow and arrow a lot, but this is your first time, isn't it?
Yeah, this is my first time bow fishing.
You're very familiar with this bow, and I know you're a much better archer than I am. But the main thing is when you put this arrow on, you've got this stopper right here. You have to make sure that's pointed up, otherwise it's gonna hit your rest, and it's really gonna throw you off. The next thing is, make sure that this is definitely out here in front of your reel, okay? You want this out here. You're not gonna have a lot of time to aim. You're gonna see a fish maybe a second or two, and it's point and shoot. Aim low, aim low, aim low.
On the other side of that concrete, there's a bunch of fish. Just shoot into them.
I think you got one on, Paige.
Yeah, she does.
All right, grab your line, pull him on in. What you got? Asian carp. Hey, your first fish ever right there. Nice job. We pulled up here and you see these dead floating fish here, and we looked over and there were just tons of fish laying right under them. And you smoked it. That is awesome. Got one.
Headshots on them.
Headshot. Nice. She got that fish. Look at there.
In the
Right in
face.
the head.
Right in the top of the head.
That's how you do it right there now. Now that fish just come up and boiled and you was fast enough to get on it. Now that was an awesome shot.
You know, flash the lights.
It's not quite dark yet, but if you strobe the lights, what do you expect to happen?
They'll start jumping, it scares them.
You might want to stay in the middle of the boat. Get ready. There you go. Now, you see why they're talking about people getting hit by these things.
I was going across the lake one night, wide open. One jumped up, hit me right dead in the chest. It was probably a 10-pound silver.
Tell you what, it'll take the wind out of you. Something hit the bottom.
Yeah, that was a fish.
Oh, we got one, free one. Just jumped right in the boat.
Right down through here is usually pretty good. Bugs are terrible.
Here we go. Fish on. Oh, come loose. Right there. Did you see that? You win some, you lose some.
Oh, my
Right here.
God.
See that right there? Oh, that was a good try. Got one. Oh, coming your way. There we go. That joker got us under the trolling motor. Tell it, it's hard to see them tonight, but that fish actually comes from under the boat, swam up, so got lucky. That's one of the easier shots to make when they're swimming alongside with you. Got one on right up here. There you go. We got fish on the left, fish on the right, fish jumping in.
Yeah, I got a feeling they're about to go crazy.
All right, Paige, you ready?
I'm about to hit them.
Did Did you get any? Oh my goodness. Hey, nice job. What do you think about that?
That was awesome.
I think we got a couple. Oh my goodness. Now, that was pretty exciting.
Oh yeah.
Did you have any idea it was going to happen like that? Because I didn't think we'd have that many jumping at us.
No.
Oh my goodness. So what do you think? You've shot a bow tens of thousands of times.
Yeah.
First time out on a boat fishing. You've had some pretty crazy experiences already.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What do you think? Something you think you want to try again?
Definitely. I'm definitely having a blast. This is really fun.
You gonna bring a helmet and a mouthpiece next time?
Yeah, gotta prepare better.
So you obviously have shot a bow very, very similar to this a bunch. So do you
Yeah.
think that helps prepare you to do this?
Yeah, I think so, because I'm familiar with the setup of the bow, so it definitely makes me feel more comfortable shooting it.
The pace and the time of a full draw and release is a lot different than,
Yeah.
than going to the line and waiting for a whistle. And when
Yeah,
they
you don't
come
have a
up
lot
and they
of time
start
to
jumping
think
at you,
here.
you just go at it. Uh-oh.
Ah! They're back.
It's a crazy thing. It is hard to react and pick one fish out while you're dodging them and you're just in awe. It's hard to pick one out and shoot it.
So again, the boat will catch enough. Ah! I guess.
It's a lot of fun and a lot of energy when they start jumping in a boat.
Yeah.
I can't tell how much I appreciate you guys bringing us out and showing us this. I know you shoot fish all the time.
Yeah, quite often.
I'd love to sit out here all night and do this, but I believe the buckets are full. And hey, you guys got to get to school, don't you?
Yeah.
So this is a lot of fun. Keep up the hard work in NASP, and you know what? It's going to pay off. It's already taking you to college. You've got a scholarship waiting on you, and you can get away from shooting paper and get out here and do this. Thanks a lot, guys. Nice meeting you.
You too.
You as
Thank
well.
As the spawn ends and the bait starts to move to the center of the lake, this is my favorite time of year to get out and catch fish on top water. There you go. What do you
That's
got
a good
there? There you go. That's a nice spot right there. now.
Yes, sir.
A lot of times those jokers are school. You maybe have a couple of them out here. Caught him on that worm, didn't you?
Yeah, a little speed worm.
You're on the board. Hey,
Yes,
look
sir.
at this. I just got a bite right there with you. Missed him though. Sitting there admiring your fish, missing
Yeah.
my own.
That's a nice little spot right there.
Zach, I know you love to bass fish,
Oh, yeah.
but interestingly enough, getting into bass fishing with you is a lot different than most people.
You know, nobody in my family really bass fished. And
Now they fished a lot, right?
yeah, yeah. You know, my grandpa and my dad fished, but, you know, I was probably, I don't know, 12, and I saw people doing it, catching fish, and I thought, you know, let's give it a try.
And the jumps came up. We're not sure what these are just yet, but I bet it's a mixture of a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to have to run over and try that.
All right, let's roll.
That fish come all the way out of the water.
Oh, I got him.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you what, that's exciting. It's fun,
Oh,
ain't it?
man. Like a kid on Christmas morning. Oh, that's a good fish.
Look at that. That's why you come out
Oh,
here
yeah. Oh, come on, buddy.
and catch these. Nice job,
That's
man.
awesome.
There you go.
Oh, that's a good hybrid right there.
That's a good hybrid. How strong they are. Look, setups. I'm doing setups.
Yeah.
Coming out here and casting to these jumps when they're going on. Yeah, we're out here to bass fish,
Yeah.
but when these things start jumping, you almost got to go give them a try.
Yeah, that's a great fish right there.
Because that fish fought probably like a 4 or 5 pounder.
Oh, yeah, biggest hybrid I've ever caught.
Nice job, though.
That's awesome.
When you were 12, it was the days of a lot of information already being out there.
Right.
you know, you're in your early 20s, so 12 years old for you, the internet was already alive, and
Right.
you used that a lot to learn how to fish, didn't you?
I've sat on the computer and, you know, watched YouTube for hours, you know, and watch, you know, how-to videos, different techniques.
You fished through college, right?
I do, you know, I fish for the University of Louisville right now, my second year, and
Tell me about what college bass fishing has meant to you.
without college fishing, I don't know if I would have made it through college. You know, it's a big group of guys that get together. You know, we hang out together, we study together. You know, we push each other to do good in school and fish. Oh, there you go.
He let it get right to the boat and then he took it.
He's nut.
I think, I got this one. This looks good for the future years of hybrid fishing here at Rough River. There's a bunch of them.
I have never experienced anything like this before.
Wow.
I want to grab a net on this one. There we go. Interestingly enough, this lake has quite a few of these. This is a hybrid bass, and we're running a study on them. If they have a transmitter, you want to call the department, let them know that you've caught one, your location and where you caught it, but you want to release it because what they're doing is they're studying the movement of these. This does not have one, and these fish get quite a bit bigger, and man, do they fight.
And they taste really good too.
And they taste really, really good.
That's a good solid fish.
That's a pretty good fish, but I mean, they get 10, 12 pounds. We're gonna get this one back in there though. Lord, they're strong. You said your dad didn't bass fish, but now he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, you know, we first started bass fishing, you know, because we have always camped. And we started out with zip code 33s throwing rooster tails.
Not only do you fish the college circuit, but you and your dad also tournament fish.
Oh yeah, we fish 2 nights a week, you know, local lakes, and we've had some success, and you know, it's a learning process. Tell you what, my mom will get out here and fish too, and she's kicked my butt a couple times.
Oh,
Oh man, she gets on me all the time, and she's like, when you ever gonna go out and bring home some dinner? You know, you always throw them fish back.
never gets old.
No.
Never gets old. People talk about, you know, fishing a jig, fishing a swim bait, and hearing that thump that about takes it right out of your hand. Well, this is a perfect example of a fish. When it hits, it wants to take the rod out of your hand. Beautiful. You went to high school in Louisville.
Yes, sir.
It was a Louisville public school.
Right, I went to Mail.
To Male High School, and they don't have bass fishing there, so
Oh, there's one.
you got one right there. Nice. What's that on that worm?
Yeah. It's a little guy.
There you go, though. That's what we're looking for. But you were talking about going to Male, and Male doesn't offer high school bass fishing, do they?
No.
And I tell you what, they're really, really, really missing out. The drum. What do you know?
Oh, slimy fish.
We're catching a little bit of everything today. Where are the white bass at? Deeper. You gotta go deeper. And what are you majoring in?
Criminal justice.
Criminal justice.
Yes, sir. I'll graduate in December, actually. Can't wait. Can't wait. I will miss college fishing, though. You know, it's been a big part of my life.
Tournament fish if you'd like,
Yep.
fun fish if you like,
Yep.
whatever you want to do.
I love getting new people into the sport also. It's fun, you know. All kinds of fishing's fun. Bluegill fishing, you know, catfishing. You know, just getting outside and outdoors.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's so relaxing, and
Yeah, that's interesting because you're a hunter as well, right?
I do. I deer hunt, turkey hunt, dove hunt, you name it. You know, it's in my blood.
Now let's check in and see who else has been out having fun in this week's Ones That Didn't Get Away. Here's a really impressive 15-point buck taken by Mark Colleagues of Davis County. Nice job. Weston Richardson took his very first deer, a nice buck, and he's 10 years old and he took this deer in Western Kentucky. Nice job. Abby Bronner got her very first deer ever taken in Spencer County, and she used her great-grandmother's 243. Nice job. 13-year-old Chance Gibson got this nice 10-point buck while hunting with his dad in Gunluck, Kentucky. Nice job. Hey, the Dickey family knows how to spend some good quality family fun, and that is trout fishing in Otter Creek in Meade County. Nice job. Summer boating season is in full swing. If you plan on getting outdoors and recreating, make sure you do it safely. And remember, hunting and fishing on private property is a privilege. Always ask permission and thank the landowner. Until next week, I'm your host, Chad Miles, and I hope to see you in the woods or on the water.